Now, Fish, I saw that the TCU safety, Trevon Moehrig, is somebody that you had been tweeting about a little bit. Now, he's been a personal favorite of mine for this draft. I think the Cowboys desperately need a young, bona fide, stud-free safety. Please tell me that the Cowboys have some interest.
Well, your eye matches the Cowboys' eye. They have a great deal of interest in him, and in fact, I would and have now used the word covet on him. They covet the TCU safety. Now, the question is, how do you get there? The days of thinking that he's going to last till 44, I mean, those are gone, and 10's too high. And so, yeah, we've tried to engineer some ways, and it's not hard. The trade value chart part of it makes it not that hard. You want to move up into the mid-20s to get him. Well, then you trade 44 and another pick, maybe 44 and a fourth-round pick. You'd try? Would you trade 44 and a third-round pick to get to 23 or so to take the TCU safety? Because that's what it would take. And I envision this, if you could pull this off, because you're right, they absolutely like him. And I bet you they might even have like a high second or maybe even a first-round grade on him. And I know other teams have a first-round grade on him. If you could, at 10, take Patrick Surtain, which seems like the most logical fit and the most logical prediction, and then take the TCU safety at 27 with a trade-up, or 23 or whatever. You'd be short of a pick, yes. But number one, with 10 picks, not all 10 of your picks are going to make the team. So why not package a couple of them and step over the idea of quantity just a little bit for quality? And then number two, you would have just fixed your secondary. In one sweeping motion, you add a starting cornerback and a starting safety, and they're both rookies, and they're both better than anything you've got on your roster right now. The 23rd overall pick in this draft as a safety, and the best safety in this draft, would be the Cowboys' best safety. And the 10th overall pick at Patrick Surtain will be the Cowboys' best cornerback. So those are the two reasons to push for this move, and I think your eye matches the Cowboys' eye on this idea.
Boom. That would be a Cowboys draft party, and you would have remade the secondary with both of those players. I could not agree more with you, Fish. We did a segment earlier in the week on, should the Cowboys be more aggressive in using their extra 2 3s, 2 4s to move up to try and add a player either in the bottom of the first or move up into the second. That would make a lot of sense. So in your thinking here, would the Cowboys be more interested in trying to move back into the first round and still taking a player at 10, or maybe trying to move back from 10 if that opportunity presented itself and maybe taking Moehrig in the back half of the first round?
Okay, so the back from 10 thing is tricky because there's already, and I don't know if we should call them reports or rumors.
Rumors.
Like for instance, the Cowboys are interested in moving back to 20 to the Bears. That needs to be characterized as a rumor because it's too early for that. It's too early for it to really be happening. Who's going to be available at 20? The Cowboys and the Bears don't know.
Well, hang on, but the Cowboys don't know who's going to be available at 20 when they're picking at 10 and they're making the trade with the Bears. You can't do it now, obviously. You wouldn't do it now, but they even if they make the trade when they're on the clock at 10, they have no idea of knowing who's going to be available at 20.
Well, you would have the closer we get to the draft, the more you can lay the groundwork, Chop, the specific, and they will with a bunch of teams. They'll lay the groundwork saying, hey, if we get to this point and we've got a couple of our guys that are still hanging out there at 20, would you be interested in, and then you look at 10 and there's a couple of your guys that you like, would you be interested in doing this for this and that for that? And that groundwork will be laid before the draft, but not 2 weeks before. Because it's still too early. I don't think any team has even built its draft board yet, let alone know who's going to be available at 20. I don't think they know who the 20th best player is. But you would lay the groundwork. Let's use the Bears as an example. Then we can do the Patriots too. The Bears might tell you, you know what? If one of those quarterbacks is still on the board at 10, Cowboys, call us. And then the Cowboys can say, fine, pull out your trade value chart. We're going to ask you for 5 quarters for our dollar bill. You're going to pay for it, but come on up to 10 if a quarterback's available. the Cowboys at the same time would then have to go, okay, what bundle of players is available to us at 20, and are we going to like them enough? It's easier to do. This is another speculated idea, not news, not a report, but kind of just a speculation rumor. What about New England at 15? And I think this was Mel Kiper that threw this out there, and Mel's like, there's going to be plenty of players for the Cowboys to like at 15. Not yet, they're not. Because I don't know if the guy at 15 is in the same bundle of the guy at 10. Here's how it could work, though. If the draft goes a certain way, let's say all 5 quarterbacks or 4 of the quarterbacks go in the top 9, which seems pretty likely, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you may have all 5. You go. Denver needs one too, so you may have all 5.
Yeah.
Okay. For New England, obviously, to move up to 10, one of those 5 would need to still be there. Same thing with Chicago. I would think that those teams would be moving up for a quarterback. So let's leave one on the board for the sake of this conversation. Okay, Pitts, as much, and the Cowboys and Jerry love Pitts. It's true. Guess what? So does everybody else. Pitts is not getting past 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8. He's not. So he's off the board. All right, so there's 4 quarterbacks and Pitts. Let's say a wide receiver goes, this and that goes. If you're sitting there and you're the Cowboys and you're going in order, I say, in order, you're going Sewell, Slater, Surtain, and Horn. If I'm sitting there at 10 and all 4 of those guys are all there, number one, I'm either taking Sewell or I can look to trade back, but no more than 4 spots because those are my 4 guys. If I trade back 5 spots, what if the next 4 teams go, okay, dummies, Sewell, Slater, Surtain, and Horn. Now you're at 15, and all 4 of your guys are gone. So that's why you've got to have a better grip and a better grasp on which bundle of players do you like and which bundle of players are going to be there at 10, 15, 20, et cetera.
Fish.